Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, it is a new year, and we are starting fresh. So the first thing that we have to do, we gotta take down all the Christmas decorations that we have put up for the season. So today, I'm gonna take you on a little bit of a journey of how I put away my Christmas decorations. Alright, so first things first, you have to get your storage bins ready, and that is pretty much how I store all of my Christmas stuff. So I usually lay them all out. This might seem weird, but this is actually how I do it. I don't start with my Christmas tree. I wait until the very end. So the first thing that I take down is I usually take down all the stuff that's hanging from the ceiling, just because that has been up for a while and that is most likely the things that are gonna get broke. So that includes things like those pine cones that I had up. It includes the chandelier that I made with those glass balls that had the diamonds on them. Oh, those were my favorite. And we know how fragile those are. So after I get that kind of stuff done, then I sort of start working on my greenery, such as like wreaths or garland, any type of greenery that I have stuck picks or ornaments or anything into. Now remember, on my garland that I did, I added some flocked pieces to that. I don't keep those on there. I actually take them off and they have their own separate bin, because there's a good chance that I'm not going to be using the same garland next year. So if I need to use those flocked pieces for anything else, they're in their own tub and I can find them easily. As far as like wreaths and garlands also, I also take off the ribbons that are on there. I take off any ornaments, and I actually take the lights off, because I feel like if you keep them on there and then try to stuff them into the bins, that's how accidents happen. I've learned that over the years. So after that stuff is done, I take that load of bins out of here. So after you get all of that stuff kind of taken out of the way, you have a clean slate of floor or tables or furniture where you can put all of your bins for your Christmas tree. Now when I do ornaments, I actually sort them by color. And another little side note is, you know those boxes you can get where you can like put the ornaments in the little squares? I don't do those. I don't like them. They take up a lot of room. So I just get plastic storage bins. And what I do is I put a layer of bubble wrap on the bottom. Like, you know how you can get the really thick stuff? I put that on the bottom. And then what I do is I do like a layer of just ornaments and then another layer of bubble wrap. Now, if you're short on bubble wrap, here's a little tip. You can also put all of the plastic ornaments on the bottom. They won't get crushed, they won't get broke. Now, I usually take off the spinning ornaments first, because the hooks on them are not big. That means they can fall off easier. So I go around and I take all of those ornaments off. Then I take off the icicles, and the icicles have their own bin too. Just in case there's going to be a year that I don't want to use icicles, I don't even have to touch that bin. Another helpful tip whenever you're putting away ornaments, don't pack those bins too full. Like, if the lid looks like it's not going to go on, it probably isn't. If you need to have two bins of the same color, that's fine. I mean, I do. I have 2 red bins, 2 blue bins. It's just what I've collected. And those of you out there that are a little bit cautious of doing this because you think that they're gonna break, I can tell you I've had ornaments for years by doing them this way. I personally feel like the plastic containers are a little bit more sturdy than a cardboard box anyway. All right, so you got your icicles off your tree, you got your spinning ornaments off. You did use spinners this year, right? Now you can take off the rest of the ornaments that are on your tree. Now, I don't really do them by color. I just kind of do them from the outside and work my way in. But I do leave out the fancier, kind of more expensive ornaments, because I like to put them on the top of the rows of ornaments. If you really want to, I wouldn't do this with every single ornament, but you can wrap the most expensive ones in tissue paper, and that'll keep them safe. So after you get the ornaments off, then you can work your way to ribbons. I don't throw my ribbons out. I actually keep them. It's pretty easy. I just use regular blue painter's tape. You put a little piece down and then you roll the ribbon, and then I kind of like here's a ribbon that's already rolled up. I take the new one and I go like this and then put tape like right across here and kind of join them. So after I get my ribbons off, what I do next is where my spinners were, I just take cheap ribbon. I'm not going to use expensive ribbon to do this, but I tie off where the spinners are. And I do this for two reasons. There are no spinners on the back of my tree. So if I have all the red ribbons, whatever color you use, I know which part is the front of my tree. So another reason why I do that is because when you take those spinners, you put them into the light socket, and there's a good chance that they're gonna get knocked loose. I actually take them, and where the light socket is, I let the wire go a little bit, and then I tie off onto the branch where the spinner is. That way, if it does come loose, I don't have to look through my whole tree to see if I can find the socket that doesn't have a light bulb in it. Now here's a tip when I store my Christmas tree. We all know that the Christmas tree does not go back into its original box. Now since my tree is flocked, if I had to force it into a container, there's a good chance that it would not be flocked next year. So what I do is I get the biggest storage bins that I can find. The tree is, like, the branches itself are one length, and then there's usually that pole that comes out of the bottom. You have to cut a square or a circle off of one side of the storage bin. That way the trunk can go through. Now here's what that does whenever you do that. Yes, it does take up a little bit more extra space, but if the storage bin is housing your Christmas tree, then that prevents the lights from getting crushed. Can I just say, I really hate Christmas tree bags. I don't think they work. That's a lot of jiggling for a Christmas tree. So what I do is I have one bin for the bottom section, one bin for the middle, and then I didn't get the same size bin for the top because it's not that big, but it's just big enough that it doesn't fit into one of the other bins. So I did have to get a smaller storage bin to put that in. All right, so now that we tore everything down, we gotta put it somewhere, don't we? Well, for me, I put it in the attic. Now, another thing that I do is I have these storage shelves. I got these at Lowe's. They were $69 for both of them. Now, you can either set them up like I did, or they actually do stack on top of each other if you have space for that. Now, these are nice because they have adjustable shelves, so what I've done in the first section is I put a lot of my figurines and kind of fragile stuff just sitting all together. I don't cram them into the shelves. There are some spaces in between them. Now here's why I do that opposed to putting them in storage bins. I have done that. Most of the time when you're looking for a specific thing, you have to dig through the bin. And what I've found is when you're digging, you're kind of shuffling stuff around. Things get broke. This way, all you have to do is just say, oh, that's right there, and just pick it up. Now, on the other shelf, and that's kind of where I put my smaller things. There's some Christmas dishes there. There's some candle holders. Now, I understand that we don't all have mansions, and we don't all have big spaces to store stuff. So, just to give you an idea, the wall that my Ornaments is on, that shelf is 6 feet long. And it is 7 feet to the peak, but I'm really not using the whole way to the ceiling. And then the shelves where all of my little figurines and all the random stuff is, those together, they are 2 feet deep. And then the length for both of them together is 8 feet. And then they're 3 foot tall. Now I know it seems like a lot of work to go through all of these bins and itemize everything. I just feel like it's very important because, as we all know, Christmas decorating is not cheap. And I kind of like going up there and picking through things and seeing what I've had for a while. And to be honest, it's actually pretty enjoyable when I go up there because I know where everything is, everything has a home, and it's ready for me next year when I'm ready to dig in. Now another question you might be asking yourself is it really necessary to store your ornaments by color? There have been years, again, going back to digging through bins, where I just wanted blue ornaments. I had to dig through the red, green, gold, purple ornaments just to find them. Now, if I want to get the blue ornaments, all I have to do is just pull the bins down off the shelf and I'm ready to go. So that's how I store things. I know it's not for everybody, but just give it a try. See if it works for you. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. Thank you for coming back. We are in a new year, and you know what that means, videos every single week. So if this is the first time you are seeing one of my videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Also, if you think that this is helpful, share it with your friends. My birthday is at the end of February, and all I want is 1,000 subscribers. I think it's possible. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.